Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. Here we are in episode 72. I'm so delighted. We are here for the Rise Up and Share Your Soul's Medicine transmission. I tweaked the title a little bit this year just to make it very clear what this is about. Of course, I'm still aligned with the priestess medicine. That is part of who I am. And I know many of you who are here, that is part of your calling as well. But I really wanted to communicate that the reason we gathered together, the path of the priestess or the wellness professional or the spiritual teacher or the healer or therapist or whatever labels you use, really is to rise up and share your soul's medicine. That's what we are here for. And I'm so excited today to talk about what does it really mean to rise up? And why is that so essential? Why is that so important? And why it can so easily get confused with spiritual bypassing, with resistance, with trying to transcend. So we're going to talk about that today. Before that, let's go ahead and tune in. My name is Lisa Espinosa, if I didn't say that before. I am a life coach focusing specifically on your spiritual journey of sharing your medicine in your career, in your creative endeavors, in your life. And so let's begin by just taking a few deep breaths. And I'm burning some copal for you, this beautiful incense. So just feel that energy, clearing whatever is unnecessary, clearing anything that is not yours, anything that's unnecessary, anything that you're bringing from 2023 that your soul's saying, you know what, you don't need to bring this. So you don't even need to know what it is. Let's just set the intention that all of that is being released. And then your heart, like a magnet, right? Magnetizing to you all of your energy, all of your presence, so that you can fully be here. So even if there's a person, a situation, a project, and you're still attached to it, in this moment, bring your energy back so you're fully here, and trust that from that wholeness, you will be able to bless your creations, your relationships, or whatever situations that you might be facing in this moment in a much higher way. And so as we do that, I invite you to bring the palms of your hands to your heart's temple. Visualize those roots going deep into the earth. Welcome your beautiful soul, your higher self. I welcome all of your beautiful souls, your higher selves, those of you who are here live, those of you who are watching the replay. And we welcome our guardian angels and all of those divine beings who love you unconditionally. Those ascended master allies. And each of you have a different lineage. Each of you have your own team. And so I will name here some of the ones that I work with so closely, including beautiful Mother Mary, beautiful Lady of Guadalupe, beautiful Kuan Yin and Green Tara, Ascended Master Jesus, Baba Ji, and so many others. So we welcome their love, their divine mirroring, because they see you as you truly are. And we welcome the Divine Mother, Father, Creator, Creatrix of all life to bless this transmission and to bless it so that you can share your medicine, your unique soul's medicine, in a bolder, braver, more abundant, prosperous, joyful way for you and those that you are here to serve. So with that, we bring the palms of our hands together and we bow to our own beautiful heart and each other and begin with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. So let's get started. So what do we mean when we say rising up? Rising up is rising above your current self-concept, your current self-identity, your current beliefs and programming about yourself. And we all come into this earth being divine beings, having a human experience. So unless you're already an ascended master, you have old programming, old beliefs. We all do. And so when we talk about rising up, when my soul and the Divine Mother gave me that title for my second book, right? Priestess Rise Up, I was like, oh, you're rising up above all of that wounding, that trauma, those lies, the brainwashing, all of that to fully be who you are. So what are some of those things, right? Some of those old beliefs. I'm not good enough. There's something wrong with me. I need more training. I'm not ready, and so on and so on and so on. I should be further ahead. I'm behind. All of those old concepts. I need to prove myself, all of that. And so the Divine Mother, your own beautiful soul, is saying, hey, 2024 is here, or whenever you're watching this, and you're being called to rise up from that old stuff that's not even true and step into the vision of how your soul sees you. Because your soul sees your truth, your soul sees the medicine that you're here to bring and share with others. Now, where we get into a challenge is that our human mind, our egoic mind, confuses rising up with spiritual or emotional bypassing. Okay, so on one side there's rising up, on the other side there's bypassing. And what does bypassing mean? It means that it's a very normal thing that us humans do. It's like, ew, that's too difficult, that's too challenging, I don't want to feel that, let me bypass, let me skip it. And it comes from resisting, it comes from judging ourselves, it comes from being afraid that we'll get overwhelmed, it comes from being afraid of grief, all of those things that, again, are very normal for our human mind. And so bypassing might feel good temporarily, right? It might feel like the right thing, but it's not long lasting. It doesn't create true change because there's no skipping the steps of rising up. That's part of the human journey. There's no skipping it. And that's why this is such a courageous journey. So, what does it actually entail? And so, these are the three things that we could really distill it to. One, receptivity. And I've talked about this many, many times. Letting yourself receive from your soul. And I'm just going to keep saying that over and over and over and over. You might get sick of me saying that, but it's like one of those things. And I say it because I need to hear it myself as well. Receiving, letting yourself receive from your soul. That is a practice. And I'll give you a sneak preview that starting on February 5th, I'm going to do a free 5-day training. Yes, 5-day training. And one of those days is going to be going deeper into receiving. Right? So there's receiving. And why do you have to receive from your soul? You have to receive from your soul because your soul is your mentor. Your soul is your guide. Your soul sees you without all the trauma, all the wounding, all the programming, all the belief, right? All the lies that we've been brainwashed to believe about ourselves. Your soul doesn't see any of that. Let me clarify. Your soul sees that you have it, like knows, oh, that you're still attached to that. But your soul sees beyond that, sees who you really are. So you have to receive from your soul every day, all day long. Receive her blessing, receive her wisdom, receive her guidance, receive her activation, receive her healing. And what's the next thing? So I'm not going to go too deep into that teaching, but I will at another time. And you can go back to some other episodes in these transmissions where I really talk about receiving. The next is self-compassion. This is so important. So I want you to think about in this moment, what is a belief that your soul is guiding you to rise up from this year? What is the belief? Right? Think of one, and I'm sure there's many, but think of one that comes to your mind right now that perhaps you've been working on for years, maybe even lifetimes, that your soul is saying, okay, this year, we're plucking you out of that belief. You're rising up beyond that. What is it? It can be, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough training. I'm behind. I said those before. Think about what is it? And if you want to share in the chat, please, be courageous. If you're called to share today, to share it. Like, what is that belief? I know one for me that comes over and over and over. It's so, even though I've worked on it and there's many times where I don't feel it, but it still can come in and really derail me, is I should be farther along. That is a belief that really sabotages me, right? It seems like it would be motivating. Like if I tell myself I should be farther along, that's going to motivate me to hustle and do more. But even if it motivates me in the moment a little bit to hustle, it's not long-standing. It comes from resisting where I am. It inevitably is me judging myself. So that's one of my beliefs. I should be further along. That is really coming in 2024 to heal and rise up beyond it. And so remember, I said rising up isn't bypassing. Bypassing would be, I'm so sick and tired of having this belief. I'm done with it. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to push it away and I'm just going to march forward, right? That might work a little bit, but again, it's not long standing. So Summer, thank you so much for sharing. Being enough or not good enough, right? I'm not good enough. So that's such a disease in our world, right? This like it's almost like in this matrix, this ego matrix, there's a constant message: you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. And so of course we internalize that. And if we had childhood experiences where we heard that, we internalized it even more. And so your ego mind, your different parts of you might want to bypass it. And Summer gave this example, so I don't mean specifically Summer, right? But thank you for sharing this example. But bypassing would be like, okay, I'm just going to believe that I am good enough. I am good enough. I'm such a great person. I'm totally ready. But that's bypassing. What we really need to do is have compassion for the parts of us that have been stuck in that belief. That compassion doesn't mean drowning in it, doesn't mean just what indulging in it, right? Just getting stuck in it. But it means that, oh, I'm going to witness it. I'm going to have compassion for it. And that's why we gather together, because when we gather together, like in this or the workshops I do or other classes that you take, when you gather together with the same intention to heal this old programming, it's much easier for us to do it together. And so I see Sophia saying, wow, mine is that I'm a bad human. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've had that. So for so long, I'm in a much better place, but it can still come up that it's not that I'm a bad. I think for me, it was like, you're a bad person. You're bad. Something's. And even though a big part of me knew, no, I'm not. I'm not really a bad person. It was such an ingrained, implanted belief in me that came through a lot of trauma in childhood. It was something I had to rise up from, but I couldn't rise up by bypassing it. I had to really do the work of finding those parts of me, a lot of them inner child parts, and have compassion for them. Like, oh my gosh, you have this belief. I have so much compassion for you that you have this, right? And doing that work. And so when we're rising up, right? So the title of this transmission, right? These transmissions is Rise Up and Share Your Soul's Medicine. Because when we rise up, when we take that courageous journey of rising up, we then can share our medicine. So, Sophia shared, well, mine is that I'm a bad human. So we know part of her medicine, whether she says it or not, just like part of my medicine is something about that, right? That in her journey of rising up, she is becoming immune to that poison, that lie that says, I'm a bad human, because she's not the only person that has that belief. Right? And she becomes the medicine for it. Her medicine will inevitably have medicine for people who also believe, who also have this programming that they're bad humans. And even if Sophia never uses those words, just whatever she shares, whatever she teaches is going to be infused with that medicine. Just as for me, my medicine is infused with all of the things I've had to rise up from. I've had to have compassion for myself about. And, Suzanne is sharing, yes, me too, Lisa, I should be farther along. Yes, and that is such a sabotaging thought and belief that we can have. And it sounds so logical. I should be farther along, right? This should motivate me to go further, but it's a lie. It's again something from the false matrix, that ego programming that just wants you to judge yourself and feel like, well, I'm just so far behind. Why even try? Why do this? Right? It's just like a disease, a poison. Poison is a good way to think about it. Oh, thank you. Welcome, Rose Oasis from France. I love that you're here. And so, what I want to offer you as a tool today is to ask your soul, First of all, the first thing we did is identify what is one of those beliefs that your soul is saying, rise up from that this year. And not even, yeah, this year there'll be a completion for it, but this month, this day, this week, this first quarter, right? And as you identify it, right? Summer said, not being good enough. Sophia said, that I'm a bad human, right? Suzanne, had a similar one to me. I should be farther along. What is it for you? Let's not be afraid to share it, to name it, because then it comes out of the shadows, right? Like, oh, here it is. Like, imagine you're holding it in your hand. Like, I don't know, I don't have anything to hold in my hand right now that can represent it. Like, oh my gosh, this is this sneaky little belief. I should be farther along. That is causing so much damage in my life. And your soul is saying, bring it up for healing. I'm going to help you rise up from it. And guess what? Then it's going to become part of your medicine, right? You're going to become like the vaccine, right? The true vaccine for this poison. And so that's the first thing. Identify so I want to give you that as your homework, identify what are those beliefs. And maybe it's just one that comes right now. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, there's these three. I'm not good enough. I should be farther along. I'm a bad person, or I'm a bad human, right? Or whatever it is. There's often, with my clients, I'll hear also like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I need more training, or I need this to happen before I'm ready. You're always ready for the next rising up. Always. And so once you identify it, you're going to now ask your soul. Remember, I said the first step is receiving from your soul. Ask your soul, how do we phrase this? Let me tune in here. Okay. So there's so many things, right? Of course, you can ask, and absolutely, to send you resources, send you people, send you connections to help you heal this, send you the classes, the workshops, the teachers, the coaches, whatever it is. But before that, it's like what I heard is we're going to ask our soul, you're going to ask your soul to send you the antidote, to infuse you with the light codes, with the antidote, with the transmission, with the activation, with the attunement, whatever word comes to you, to heal this poison. And as you ask for that every morning or every night or throughout the day, when you bring your hands to your heart and you say, beautiful soul, let's do that together right now. Beautiful soul, fill me with the antidote. What is an antidote? It heals a poison. Fill me with the antidote to this poison. Fill me with the light codes that will help me detach from this poison. Fill me with your light. Your soul's light is the everything. And I know that can seem so simple, and there's parts of us can be like, well, can that really help? Yes, because you're a sovereign being. And when you learn that you can ask your soul for the medicine, your soul will provide the medicine. That doesn't mean that that will be the only thing, right? You will do that. And then, like I said, then maybe your soul will guide you to sign up for that workshop, sign up for that class, invest in professional healing, or keep taking action, because that's the last step, is commitment. We're no longer in the phase where we have to heal it up first before we can go share our medicine. Absolutely not. We simultaneously heal as we share our medicine. That's the healing. And so those are the two tools for today, right? Is you're going to, first of all, identify. And if anybody else wants to share what yours are, what you identified, like what is one of your beliefs, programming, self-concept. One that comes up a lot with my clients and students is where it's almost like their self-concept is stuck in the past, in like learner mode, right? Oh, I'm still a newbie. I'm still a rookie. I'm still new. I'm still learning. And of course, in one sense, we're always learning, right? We have that beginner's mind. That is true. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, clients that I have that have so much experience, whether they're therapists or coaches or healers. They've had so much experience and they still see themselves as a person who doesn't have a lot of experience, someone who doesn't have a lot to offer. even though they've gone through so many things in their lives and risen up over past so much baggage and burdens. So sometimes your soul just wants you to have that new concept of knowing, wait, I've gotten through so much in my life. I do have so much to share already, right? So really identify what it is that your soul is saying. We're rising up beyond that self-concept, and know that that's going to become part of your medicine. And then every day, right? This is like I'm the doctor giving you your prescription. Every day, take this vitamin that's going to take you 30 seconds or a minute or less or more if you wanted to take more, and say, beautiful soul, fill me with the antidote to this poison. Fill me with your light to heal this poison of feeling that I should be further along, right? Or that I'm a bad human, or that I'm not good enough. Trying to see if there's anything else everybody wrote. No, okay. Right? Or you fill in the blank with yours. And as you do that, that requires, again, the commitment, committing. Like, I'm committed to rising up, right? I've said for this year, this will be our best year yet. What does that mean? This is a year where we're rising up above all the garbage and lies and toxic energy and brainwashing and ego attachment. But we're not doing it through bypassing. We're not doing it through transcendence, right? Through like, oh, I'm just going to float above all of the bad things and never look at them. That's not this lifetime. Yes, there are times where we need to retreat and get away from that. Of course, we need that. You need to feed your soul, nurture yourself. There's nothing wrong with consciously deciding, you know what? I'm going to take a 3-day retreat, or I'm going to take 10 minutes to just be with myself, or take this full day to just really just nurture myself. That you totally need to do that. But inevitably, we are here to be the frontline workers, right? The frontline priestesses, the walking vaccine, the walking altar, which require us to do as Mother Mary said, as Ascended Master Jesus said, as the Buddha said, as so many people said in different words, be in this world, but not of it. But that means we need to be in the world. First, in our own seeing, looking, right? To see like, oh my gosh, I still have this part that feels I should be further along. And not get frustrated. Yes, notice the frustration, but have compassion for that part. And so in the 5-day training that I'm going to do starting February 5th, we're going to talk about that and go deeper into that. Like, how do we do that? And then the replay is going to be housed in my brand new private Facebook group, Answering Your Inner Calling. I know some of you are already in it. I've been preparing all these amazing things for that group. So if you're interested in joining that, please feel free to do that. That's specifically for those of you who are being called to answer your inner calling, right? To be like, no, I'm going to this year, I'm answering the calling of my soul. And I want to do it together with other kindred spirits. I want to share the cards that I pulled for you. I have this new deck, Magical Spirit Oracle. I love what it says, The Brilliance of You. It's this beautiful artist I follow on Instagram. And she has a deck, which you all know I love Oracle decks. So first one I got was Harmony, number 27. May sweet and soft things find you. It says ease, inner child, and softness. Look at this. And so I love that it says inner child and softness, right? Because so much of these beliefs, right, these outdated programming stems from our childhood, right? And so there's something, look at that beautiful sunflower and that beautiful bee. I love how it says ease, inner child, softness. And so there's this being receptive to your soul does require softness, not weakness, but like, oh, let me soften. Let me really hear. What is my soul saying? What is that belief? Let me be courageous and be vulnerable here and notice that That is the most powerful thing you can do. And then from that, you rise up. And then the other card that came up, so I feel like this is such a perfect combined message. It says, there is a reason you have those dreams. It says, the mystic, intuition, high priestess, visionary. So look at these two perfect, beautiful cards. So I feel like this is such a perfect combination, right? Is that divine feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine, softness, receptivity, courage. Let me notice, what is it? What is my inner child? What beliefs are my inner child holding, my inner children holding, that we need to rise up from? And then it's like, pay attention to your dreams. There's a reason you have them, you high priestess, visionary, mystic. Right? Look at this beautiful combination. I love the skull that's there with the butterflies. I mean, I seriously love this deck. Right? And so really take that in and notice, what is the message for you here. And I was going to share yesterday in the private Facebook group, for those of you who are in it, a card, and then I had all this technology stuff and I couldn't share it. And it was this card. The same card came up yesterday. So this card is really, really, really being present. So thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, before anything else, I want to share with you. Well, first of all, if you're interested in joining the Answering Your Inner Calling in 2024 private Facebook group, I'm going to be sharing, specific things there just for the people in that group. I'm going to be housing all the replays of the free masterclasses that I'm teaching this year there. And of course, you get to have behind the scenes. I've been sharing some oracle cards, and you got to see a little bit of where I'm at here in Mexico. And there's going to be more, right? I'm really preparing to share that. Also, if you want to schedule a free breakthrough consultation with me so that I can help you with this, so I can really help you discern, okay, where am I going this year? What are the obstacles that are coming up for me? And what is really the solution for me? I would be so honored to help you with that. I opened a few more slots in January, and I opened some slots in February because my January was booked. So I'll put the link for that. And this is the thing I wanted to say. So we meet every Wednesday at 11, except next week we have a special transmission, because guess what is next week? February 1st. And if you don't know, that is Saint Bridget's Day, Goddess Bridget. It's her 1500th anniversary. And I'm not Irish, but you all know, not all of you, but some of you know I've been to Ireland now twice. My dear, close, beautiful sister friend, Zoe Daly, is in Dublin, Ireland. And it's just has such a special place in my heart. So we're doing a special Bridget transmission next week on Thursday. Okay, so next week, and sign up for my mailing list so you have all of this. It's next Thursday at 2. And we really meditated together on, like, what does Bridget want to bring forward this year? And it is really activating your sacred voice. Bridget is connected with so many things. One of them is the neck, the voice. What is your sacred voice? So we're gonna do a little teaching on that. We're gonna invoke beautiful Bridget to be here with us and activate your voice, because your voice is part of your medicine. And that is the free transmission next week. So sign up for that. I can't wait to see you. And we'll be pulling some cards as well. That will be a longer one, probably about an hour next week. And of course, it's recorded if you can't attend live. All right, everyone, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here. Rise up, share your beautiful soul's medicine. It is so, so needed in the world. That is not just something I say. I truly believe that. And it's heartbreaking to know that all of the people who are needing your medicine right now. And when we decide, oh, I'm not ready, oh, I'm too scared, I'm too nervous, I don't know what it is. When we let all of that get in the way, people do not get blessed with your medicine. And I want to clarify, because this is coming right as we come to the end. Please do not judge yourself if you're not teaching classes or you're not sharing in that way. Don't let this be something that you're like, oh my gosh, I should be. No, you're exactly where you need to be right now. And just your presence is the medicine. So if right now you're still in preparation, or you still don't know what your professional offering is, that's okay. You're walking around the world, or even just being in your house, your medicine radiates from you. That's how powerful you are. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I will see you soon. And Also, mark your calendar. February 14th, Valentine's Day, is a special Mother Mary heart class that I'm so excited about. Bye, everyone. See ya.